college, they're the ones leading the charge to replace it with a popular vote.
Get rid of the Electoral College and everybody.
But as politics have changed, the people most critical of the Electoral College have too. In the 1948 presidential election, New York ended up being the major swing state. A congressman from Texas said, "I have no objection to the need."
This is a question, does our vote really count for something? You know, the Electoral College, it controls the whole shebang. So you wonder why they are in certain places like Pennsylvania or Florida.
Negro in Harlem voting, but I do resent the fact that his vote is worth 100 times as much as the vote of a white man in Texas.
Damn.
Swing states change. What doesn't is that the Electoral College gives certain people more power to pick the president. And its biggest defenders have always been those who benefit the most from it. Thanks to Absolute, who sponsored this video to remind all Americans to make the time to vote. Absolute doesn't influence our...
Does your vote really count for something? Let's look at another video, see what it talks about on this. See how y'all feel about it.
Your strategy is only as good as your ability to articulate it. Clarity becomes incredibly important.
In 2020, Joe Biden beat Donald Trump by a seemingly huge margin, 306 Electoral College votes to 232. But let me show you how shaky that lead really was. 16 of those votes in Georgia that went to Biden, look how that race went. 2.47 million to 2.46 million. That's a difference.
Hold up. Let's look at Georgia. Yo, that's not a difference of a lot. That's really only a little bit. It's probably only like freaking, what, 61, 71, 71, 10, 12,000, something like that.
Difference of just 11,779 votes.
Damn.
If
I said 12,000. Damn. So let's see what happened with Donald Trump in Georgia, because remember, something happened with Georgia. Hold up. Research.
half that number, 5,890 people, switched from Biden to Trump, all 16 of those Electoral College votes would have gone to Trump as well. And this gets crazier. Arizona was similar, razor-thin margins. Biden won by 10,457 votes. So, if 5,229 of those people decided to change their mind, Trump would have taken all of Arizona's 11 Electoral College votes. Finally, look at Wisconsin. Biden won by almost 21,000 votes. If 10,342 Biden supporters changed their votes to Trump, Wisconsin's 10 Electoral College votes would have gone to Trump. So what's the point of this mental math? Well, if those roughly 20,000 people across 3 states changed their votes, handing Trump those 37 Electoral College votes, suddenly we end up in the absurd and almost unprecedented outcome of a perfect tie. 269 to 269. What happens in a tie? The House of Representatives decides who wins. And it gets a little complicated, but one possible outcome of that vote is that Donald Trump becomes president for a second term. All thanks to 21,461 voters in a country of more than 330 million people.
Does your vote count?
My friends, is swing state math. And it's why Donald Trump and Kamala Harris have spent so much time in the 7 battleground states.
Hello, Pennsylvania.
Yeah, they've been in Pennsylvania. Where they at? Florida. Let me guess. Michigan. Wisconsin. Freaking Vermont, I don't know. Iowa, let me see.
I thank you, North Carolina. We're going to get this done.
That could determine the outcome of the election this November.
Where are the swing states?
So let's get really specific about how pollsters predict which states will be key battlegrounds. Here's a map of the US. Most of these states have clear enough voting patterns that it would be a surprise if they stepped wildly out of line. Like with California. The joke is that Democrats...
Come on, man. You know California voting for Kamala.
could run a cardboard cutout there and still probably win. In all, they likely start with 226 electoral college votes in the bag. That's not far off from the 270 needed to win. But on the other side, a huge swath of the country, this Republican belt, is solidly red. That gives Republicans 219 electoral college votes that they can count on, which leaves these 7 states, where the margins between victory and defeat are so thin. In 2020, less than 3 percentage points separated the winner from the loser in each case. And each outcome was a major
What'd I say?
headline.
Wisconsin, Michigan, PA,
Joe Biden, your
North Carolina.
in the state of Arizona.
Oh, man.
The Associated Press has just called Wisconsin for Joe Biden.
Joe Biden has won Michigan and gets the 16 electoral votes.
And here's where each side can get really strategic, because you don't need to win all 7, or even the majority of swing states in order to win the election.
Whoa.
Either side can win with as few as 3 of these swing states.
Whoa.
In Trump's case, there's only one way to do this. If he wins Pennsylvania, North Carolina, and Georgia, the 3 biggest, most valuable swing states. If he doesn't win exactly those 3 states, he'll need at least 4 of the swing states to snatch back the presidency. Or else, he'll need to generate another surprise elsewhere on the map. Meanwhile, there are several combinations of 3-state victories that give Harris the win. But that's just a mathematical look at the swing state paths to victory. Here are the most plausible paths for Kamala Harris and Donald Trump.
The most straightforward way for her to get elected is still to carry Pennsylvania, Michigan, and Wisconsin.
People in Pennsylvania, Wisconsin are deciding the election, y'all.
And the 1 congressional district in